Don't need no invitation, 'cause you know where I am. No need to know because I'm always home. Coming over.
This week on The Living Room, Miguel's taking on Australia's best butcher in a meat challenge.
You like it rough, Anthony?
Not really, mate.
You won't believe what he's cooking. Chris goes bush and gets more than he bargained for.
Good night, Chris. Sleep tight.
Apparently, eliminated MasterChef contestant Alice has 3 favourite things in life, and they all start with F. Should be an interesting chat. I never heard of a stomp box? Well, neither had I until country music star Troy Cassar-Daley showed me his man cave.
Reverb's great in the dunny. What are you talking about?
Number 2 hits. Welcome to the living room. Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Very well.
Nice to see you. Amazing. Nice to see you. OK, Barry, we're diving in straight with you. Now, women are supposed to say that size doesn't matter, but I think it does, don't you?
I have to agree this time. Size really matters.
Particularly as we're talking about a kitchen, and if you want to entertain, if you want to spread out a little bit, you really need a decent-sized kitchen.
Yeah, the problem for most people is they don't have the ability to change the size of their kitchen, and particularly in their kitchen, you need things to work, so you've got to be really clever.
What is the smallest kitchen you've ever seen?
The smallest, I think you're about to see it.
If good things come in small packages, I reckon I'm going to have a ball this week because Jodie's kitchen is tiny.
Art teacher Jodie lives in Sydney's beachside eastern suburbs. She's surrounded by cafes and restaurants, but still loves to cook.
My kitchen's really small. I'd probably compare it to an outhouse toilet. I use it a lot, so it's kind of disappointing that it's such a small, impractical size. The biggest problems with my kitchen are the mould, the gaps between appliances and the height of all the shelving, because I'm obviously really petite and I can't reach anything. So I just need to sort of rip it all out and start fresh.
So this is it?
This is it, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a tiny little space, isn't
Yeah,
it?
super tiny. Probably the main issue is it's so high up.
Yeah. OK, I can feel already there's a bench top under that, so that's been added on.
That's right, yeah, my friend put this on. So this is much more pleasant than the one underneath it, but then it's getting quite a bit of mould.
Yeah, but it's also getting
wood.
higher and higher.
Yeah.
So tell me, all these books are for the kitchen, cooking
That's
books.
right.
How do you get up there?
I'll show you. This is how I do everything.
OK.
Except I don't actually reach my
Reach
cooking
that.
books. I have to literally...
So accessibility is a real issue. I mean, it's a tight little space. You know what's intrigued me? We're stuck in this tiny little kitchen and
Yeah.
there's this monstrous washing machine stuck in the corner. Where's the fridge?
Oh, well, the fridge is outside. Here's the fridge in my living room.
That's a monster also, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jodie's kitchen isn't just tiny, the layout is all wrong, but my mind is already racing with ideas.
These little tiny spaces have got as much work in them as a big space has.
Right.
The trick here is to make this kitchen balance.
Yeah.
My plan is to open up the wall between the living room and the kitchen to give a greater sense of space. I'll run the kitchen cabinets into the living room and conceal an underbench fridge beneath the counter. At the end of the kitchen, I'll repurpose the door jambs and conceal a narrow pantry behind a reclaimed Art Deco-style door. On the opposite side, I'll use recycled timber to create open shelves for storage. And to give Jodie even more preparation space, I have an idea that may seem risky.
I've got an idea of getting an old table and wrapping it around that corner. That gives you a dining space and a little extra servery space.
Okay. Can't quite visualise that.
And I can understand that.
I kind of have an idea of what Barry has planned, but I'm not 100% clear. Like, I know he's going to put a table onto the wall. I just can't really visualise how that's gonna look.
Jodie still needs convincing, but we need to get cracking.
I can't wait to open up that wall space, actually, because I think it'll be more light and beautiful.
But first, it's out with the old kitchen. The electrician and plumber are on hand to redirect the power and shut off the water.
This is so gross. I'm so glad this is getting
I think
done.
it's more disgusting than she does. Jode, what can go wrong here? plenty of things. This old wall is made of lime mortar, so it's solid and got good integrity while it's all one, but as soon as we start taking off these trims and panels, taking off this render, it's all going to start to get shaky. We've got 2 stories above us. The last thing we want is cracks upstairs.
Yeah.
The threat to Jodie's neighbours above is real. So, with the utmost of care, we'll take a slowly does it approach to remove the wall. The architraves are first.
People are inclined to get in and smash and bash, but I want to reuse all this stuff.
Oh, that's great.
Then, the render.
Oh, look at this one. That's great.
And finally, the wall, 1 brick at a time.
And this is where most people go wrong. The first brick they take out is the easiest brick to get out, that one or that one. Well, this is the area already with least integrity. So what I like to do is start in the corners where a little bit of vibration isn't really going to affect the whole wall. If I was to take these bricks out and then start on the ends, I could have 3 stories on my head.
The first bricks to come out make way for a system of supports to hold the weight of the wall.
So these acros are adjustable. I'll take 2 tonne of weight each. And once I've got that up, these needles will go through the brick that I'm about to take out, and that'll support the weight of all the brickwork above.
Getting these in place plumb and level is crucial.
Right, boys, nice and slow. I don't want to load this up too quickly.
One wrong move here and we risk damaging the structural integrity of the whole building.
Tea towels bigger than that kitchen. Absolutely tiny. Well, we'll find out if Barry can work a kitchen space miracle later in the show. But right now, it's the next exciting instalment of Hot or Not. Still trying to keep your Tamagotchi alive when even Greenpeace had clubbed theirs to death, then move your chair a little closer to the TV because Hot or Not is for you. Every week we go deep into the shopping jungle and bring out the wildest products and ideas. Then we decide if they should get hotted or get knotted. Chris, how about we start with you?
I think we should. Look, you've met Barney before. Barney has actually appeared and was part of a knot. But Barney today is sporting the Superman dog costume. Now, these are quite popular in the States as Halloween costumes. You can get all sorts of different outfits. Look, he's not your typical Superman, I guess, you know. Rather than wearing his undies on the outside, he'd probably rather sniff them and then eat them.
And now at least there are 2 things that Superman's frightened of, kryptonite and a bath. As a vet, I know you've got a dog, you love dogs. Do you think, well, judging Hot or Not, is this a bad or a good thing?
I really like it because it's showing that people are connecting with their dogs and really loving them.
Once you put a cape on, you really love them, don't you? Well, all right, what do you reckon? We go hot with this one? It's cute? Yeah. All right, who knew that Superman needed worming tablets? All right, Miguel, what have you got?
I got something pretty amazing. The bed book. Okay? This book will sort out all of this book.
He's gone. He's gone.
This book will sort out all your problems in bed.
Is it a Kama Sutra?
No, no Kama Sutra. I mean, when you're reading in bed, you see, like, you always get a sore neck when you're trying to, like, read a nice book in bed.
On the side?
Yeah, but this one is printed sideways. So when you're sleeping... So when you're reading, you don't have a sore neck. So how good is that?
Oh, I don't think it's very good at all.
What do you mean?
No, we think that's a knot.
It's amazing.
But it's just a book with the writing on the side.
It's so hot. Isn't
It's
it?
so not. Sorry, Miguel. All right, Baz, over to you.
What I've got is something for the tech heads at home. It's the Bose Video Wave Entertainment System. I'm going to give you a demo.
OK.
Come on.
Fantastic. Okay.
Take a seat.
Thank you. What have you
Please,
got?
madam.
I love electrical equipment, and the Bose system is just one of the best you can get anyway. I'll kick that off.
Wow.
Hear it?
Great son.
It actually sounds like it's coming from behind you.
Yeah, so really good surround sound.
Really is. It's amazing, and it comes through the speakers, or at least that's how it appears.
Because I've tried to do a surround sound system at home.
Yeah.
And the problem is all those cables running around.
Totally.
My cat ate
Electrocuted.
Yeah, well, my pup did the same thing. The good thing about this system, and as good as that sounded, there are no speakers.
Oh, look at old David Copperfield over here. Cut her in half.
A little bit of magic. Yeah, this system works. Everything comes from the unit itself. So it gives us the illusion of an incredible quality of surround sound, but it's all coming from the speakers that are within the TV itself.
That's incredible.
And the way it works, I'll show you with this wand. Now, this is just a demonstration, but the speakers that are in here work on the same technology that this demonstration model works with. So if I point the wand at the wall and pull the trigger, if I move the wand over, even if I point it to the back of the room.
So you can set the sound to come from where you want it without any speakers.
Well, that's as magical as it sounds. That's exactly how it is.
That's incredible. I don't need you to tell me this is hot. This is hot. Well done, Barry.
Thank you.
Well, if there's something you'd like to see featured on Hot or Not, it could be something absolutely fabulous or something completely ridiculous, please let us know via our website. Just warming up on the living room, still to come, we see what Chris looks like first thing in the morning. May disturb sensitive viewers.
It's only in the cold light of day I realise how ridiculous I look.
Alice may not have won MasterChef, but I'm betting she's the only contestant who's descended from a communist army cook. And right after the break, Miguel in the raw.
Oh, yes, baby.
Believe me, it's an eyeful. You're back with the living room and just in time for Miguel's latest food challenge. And I don't think the vegetarians are going to be too happy with you today.
Oh, they're gonna love it. All they have to do is just ignore the meat, and a little bit of the meat.
A little bit of
because
the
this is the barbecue challenge.
I don't want to be a downer, but you haven't won a single challenge. You've had a draw, but you haven't won a single challenge.
Hold on the horses, everybody.
Hold on the horses.
Excuse me. Okay, I'm half Aussie, half Spanish, and I love my meat so much. And it's only one result possible out of this.
That's what they said about the Titanic.
Thank you. I'm here in Willara to chew the fat and challenge Australia's best butcher, Anthony Buhari. And his pride and joy, Victor Churchill Butchery, is seriously boutique. Wow. This is like the Tiffany's of the butchers. So much meat. I've seen some meat markets in my time, but nothing like this.
So this is our fresh meat display. So lamb cutlets, pork cutlets, T-bones, rump, ossobuco.
You name it, you got it.
Our butcher's room. So chorizo, oyster blade, flank, ribeye, lamb shoulder.
We got all these amazing cuts of meat here. Why? We just don't cover them all. We'll shake it a little bit, and we'll do a mano a mano.
That one.
That's yours,
That's
no?
mine.
Okay. Pito, pito, gorgorito, ¿dónde vas tú tan bonito? A la era verdadera, ping, pong, fu, da. That one there. So, let's see what we got.
ready? You
Yeah,
ready?
you go first.
Oh, T-bone.
You bagger, huh? That's a good one. Okay. Voila! Ole!
Wow.
Look at that sirloin, nice and juicy. Bring it on. Sirloin versus T-bone.
Miguel, T-bone at 20 paces.
Sirloin, sucker. The sun is shining, barbecue in the middle of the field. We're cooking an amazing sirloin in the barbecue. Beef pie with mashed beans. Why a pie? Because in the barbecue, everything should be just, not just about simplicity, about a little bit of imagination and creativity. What about that? What are you cooking, good looking?
Miguel, today I'm doing one of my favourite dishes. It's a teriyaki marinated T-bone with grilled asparagus and cabbage salad.
Well, that sounds really posh for a butcher, isn't it, Anthony? Who better to judge our Aussie Meat Challenge than the boys from the Parramatta Rugby Club? The mighty Two Blues. They're working hard, they're working out their appetite, they love the meat, And they're the perfect judges. They're gonna love my pie. For a very tasty pie mix, we're gonna use some mushrooms, very earthy, lots of flavor. We're gonna use fresh garlic. Of course, you need to use garlic. We're gonna use amazing onions, they caramelize and they're really sweet. And of course, a little bit of bacon. Cook everything in the barbecue, so we don't have to clean up, we don't have to do complicated stuff. Remember, when we're cooking, color means flavor.
I like a good pie, a good and hearty meat pie. All the foods that they're cooking today sound pretty good to me, but it'll be interesting with a few of those unique flavours what the boys think. It might be a little too adventurous for them.
With my filling cooked, it's time for the meat. My sirloins, they've been marinated with a little bit of red wine and some fresh thyme.
It looks beautiful, Miguel, but not as nice as my T-bones do.
Of course.
I've marinated mine in a teriyaki sauce with some crushed garlic and cracked pepper. Simple, but beautiful.
I want my sirloin rare. Oh, yes, baby. I don't want my meat cooked through just yet. So I heat for about 1 minute in each side. Smell that. Orgasmic already. Then I carve it diagonally in thick slices. First, into the bowl is the mushrooms and the 4 or 5 pieces of my beautiful sirloin. And then on with the puff pastry on top. Just leave it rough. I like it quite rustic. You like it rough, Anthony?
Not really, mate.
Now, this is the clever bit. Onto the barbie for 10 minutes to finish the meat.
I've never heard of pies being done in a barbecue before.
Trust me.
Can Miguel win his first ever food challenge?
All right, guys, it was a close decision.
We find out right after the break. Still to come, Troy Casadei and I are inside his man cave making beautiful music together.
You're the first girl in the man cave, you know.
And Barry's got his work cut out for him in Australia's smallest kitchen.
It just doesn't get any better than that, does it?
Back with us in the living room. Now, Miguel, before the break, you were taking on the owner of the most beautiful butcher shop in Australia, taking him on in a barbecue meat challenge.
So, yeah, Anthony probably is the best butcher in Australia. But when it comes to cook the meat, you know, he's got one-way ticket to Loserville. For today's barbecue challenge, Anthony is cooking a big, juicy T-bone. And I'm making my special beef pie. The best garnish for a meat pie is the mashed beans. A little bit of butter, some fresh frozen peas that you can find everywhere, and just break it down together with a spoon and on top of the pie when they're ready. Look at that, baby. Look at that's what I'm talking about, baby. Look at that.
A good barbecue, a nice, hot, clean barbecue is always the best way to start. The temptation is always to sort of prod your meat. Really good quality meat of this sort of standard has got all of these beautiful natural juices in it. And by prodding it, you're sort of releasing those natural juices, which you don't want to do. You want to sort of keep all that beautiful sort of flavour locked into the meat. So we're just grilling the asparagus off.
Now at the last touches.
That was mine.
Okay, Anthony, this is finished. That looks stunning. This is the moment of the truth, where our judges, they're gonna decide who's the daddy. Come on, boys. Lunch is ready. Okay, boys, enough steak. Now it's pie time. Come on, this side. Come on, move on. Oh my God, listen to that, baby. Don't be shy. If it gets messy, it gets messy. Go for it.
Well, Miguel, in the beginning, I was questioning you. I wasn't that sort of confident that you were going to pull this off, particularly a pie and a barbecue, but they've come up really good.
Thank you very much.
I still think I'm going to win.
Yes.
But it'll be close.
In true foodie fashion, the boys pack down to make their choices.
What do you think about the steak first off?
It's big.
Steak.
It's not sure.
What about the pie? The pie, though, crispy.
They enjoyed the pie.
I know, but like, they finished the whole steak, so I'm not sure. I'm not 100%.
Now, fellas, it was close, but we've tasted and we've had a chat. We think it's time to tell you who won.
Hello! Wow, bring it on, baby. I'm really excited.
Anthony.
Bring it on, baby. Bring back the beef.
Miguel.
Oh my God! It's 2-2.
He's the deciding vote.
All right, guys, it was a close decision, but I had to go with the pliers in the end.
It's a massive piece. We got another art piece in there.
Well done, buddy.
Thank you. Well done, Anthony. That's my first win ever. Thank you. Yes, I just need to say a few words now.
All right, now moving on. Now, Barry, earlier we met up with Jodie. She has a kitchen pretty much the size of a wardrobe.
It's a tiny little thing, and there's a lot of things that have got to go into a kitchen, much like a jigsaw puzzle. The problem with the jigsaw puzzle, a really difficult one, is the smaller the pieces, the harder it is. We've only scratched the surface of Petite Jodie's tiny kitchen reno, but the biggest hurdle has already been overcome.
Thanks, mate.
The wall between the kitchen and living room is down, and thankfully, the 3 floors above Jodie's apartment are also intact.
What are you thinking?
Wow, it's enormous.
It's definitely opened up, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the steel's gone in, and that's all engineered perfectly ready to go for this new kitchen.
Thank you.
And my little surprise pantry, I love this one. I'm going to sheet the back of that, and then just some narrow shelves, and all your jams, your packets of cornflakes, everything can go in there.
So far, Jodie's going along with all my suggestions.
Let's have a look at that.
But she's never been sold on my big idea for her dining table.
Now, Jodie picked up this table online. It's rustic and beautiful, and I'm going to cut out the guts of it and wrap it around the corner.
First, our carpenter reinforces the table on the underside with extra battens.
Mate, love it. That's a sign of a great tradesman. What Paul's doing is using his Stanley knife to score the cross grain before he uses the power saw. Okay, that's perfect, that's beautiful.
Now, for the moment of truth.
Mark that.
A few final tweaks to the door jamb, and the table sits snugly around the corner.
It just doesn't get any better than that, does it? You've got a dining table.
That's great. I think it's a really clever idea, and I wasn't actually sold on it, to be honest.
I love that I'm as smart as I think I am.
You are, and I sometimes I should recognise this. That yeah.
Look at that.
With the table in, it's onto the shelf. I'm using a reclaimed Oregon to tie in with the vintage table I've wrapped around the corner. And the new kitchen cabinets will be set lower than normal so Petite Jodie can work in the space more comfortably.
It's so exciting to have a builder come into my home and measure me up, to measure me for the kitchen. My whole lifetime I've been in houses and kitchens that are too big for my being.
Joe, the splashback tiles have arrived.
Okay.
Really sort of cross between bohemian chic and rustic, I'd call it, would you?
They're good, they're interesting, but I was hoping for something probably a bit more traditional or just more old style.
Yeah, I mean, it's your choice, of course, but well, obviously this is all about the transition. First of all, between the lounge room and the kitchen. The old and the new, the recycled and the contemporary.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like it on its own, but I'm not sure if it's what I want in the kitchen. I'm a little worried about the tiles. I feel like the grey might be a bit too dark because the pattern's so big. It's just going to be an awful lot of grey.
Why don't we wait till we get the kitchen cupboards in and the bench top at least? We don't have to glue them on till it's time.
Well, maybe they'll grow on me. The hardest part about this project has absolutely been about letting go. I'm so picky. That's why I'm so nervous, probably.
The next day, the powder blue Laminex doors go on and the stunning Esther bench tops go down.
Because of the tight space, all this had to be cut off-site, so hopefully my measurements are right. Beautiful.
It's now or never for the tiles.
OK, the Moroccan-style tile I've chosen is tessellated. It's true to form and it doesn't need any grout. So I've just gone to the trouble of setting it up and minimising what cutting I have to do. And then with the recycled timber, I'm just going to cap it off. Normally I'd use a notch trowel and spread the glue all over, but these walls aren't quite perfectly true, so I can get it perfectly level with the thickness of the glue. The good thing about these tiles, they work really well with the Esther stone. They also look really nice with the recycled timber, and it's just a great balance between the two areas. That looks fantastic.
There's still a lot to fit into this small kitchen, and I've struggled to find a way to fit a washing machine, dishwasher, oven and fridge. But I think I've found a solution online.
You definitely don't want to cut corners with building, but you can definitely pick up a bargain, especially with Grays Online. What do you think of this convection oven?
Yes.
That'll go under the bench.
Yeah.
It's a microwave and it's a convection oven.
Oh, good.
By choosing a convection oven rather than a full-size oven, I've been able to fit in a single-drawer dishwasher beneath, giving Jodie enough space to squeeze in her washing machine. There's just one day left until the big reveal, and I think I've ticked off all Jodie's boxes with this reno.
I'm feeling quite nervous about the reveal, but at the same time super excited. So I'm just learning to just trust and let go of control and let him go for it.
Will Barry's big ideas for a tiny kitchen actually work? We'll find out later.
Oh, wow.
MasterChef's Alice talks about her three great loves: fashion, fitness, and something else starting with F. And Troy Casadale's a little bit country, I'm a little bit nosy. His gorgeous Brisbane home is next. Oh, what do you think?
I love it.
Nashville, look out.
Straight to Tamworth.
Want more from the living room? Find more inspiring ideas, handy hints, photos, recipes, and you can even watch tonight's episode again on our website.
This is the living room, and this is the part of the show where I get to prove that I'm more than just a pretty face and a killer rack. This is my segment called Whose House? This week I visited the home of the most likeable man ever in the history of country music. It was Troy Casadale. He has won more golden guitars than anyone. He's won 21 golden guitars. He's extraordinary.
Am I thinking you are getting the riding boots and the moleskins on and heading west?
Well, you'd like to think that, but actually he lives in Brisbane. He's a country guy, but a Brisbane girl called Laurel won his heart many years ago. Laurel's a big radio star in Queensland, and so I used any excuse to go into their house and pervert their stuff. That was a big knock, wasn't it?
Was it quite a big knock?
Hello.
Great to see you.
You too. I bought you a present. I know that you're one of the few country stars in the world that doesn't have a hat.
You're right.
Let's amend that right here, right now.
Wow. And it comes with its own beard warmer.
Oh, what do you think?
I love it.
Nashville, look out.
Straight to Tamworth.
Oh, isn't this beautiful? Hello, Laurel.
Hello,
How are you?
Pet.
What do you think?
Oh, Troy, you're a spunk rat. He's got more hair now.
Is that a good thing?
It actually is.
Turned on a little?
Oh, I am.
So good for an album cover.
Absolutely, absolutely.
No, this is beautiful. You live here, obviously, with your lovely wife, Laurel, and two children.
So far.
We'll check in the basement a bit later. Is this what's known as a traditional Queenslander?
Look, I guess it is. You know, it's over 100 years old. They were built up nice and high, you know, get all that air circulating under there, keep it cool in summer. Beautiful place, and it always feels warm in winter even, you know, it's just got a nice vibe.
Now, I can see your guitar here in the middle of the kitchen. Is this where you sit to write your songs?
No, look, guitars everywhere through the house generally, but most of the writing through here in the office.
Oh, I can see there's a beautiful room while you'd be inspired in here.
It's a good little space. It's a great place to just get ideas started before I head down to the studio and finish things off and stuff. But
How do you write songs? Does something happen in your life and it triggers something? How do you do it?
look, you can have a big argument with your wife out in the kitchen and come in here and channel it into a song. It's just great.
The nagging song comes out on the next album.
How do you feel?
The Fishwife song.
The Fishwife is always a good one.
Reading about yourself.
Well, how do you feel about that? Do you know, if you do have a fight and Troy comes in, you go, oh no, he's writing about me.
Well, thank goodness so far there haven't been too many fight songs, but one thing that does drive me nuts is he never puts the thing down. He never puts the guitar down, plays it all the time, even in the loo.
Even in the loo?
Look, the reverb's great in the dunny. What are you talking about?
Number 2 hits?
Instead of the blues, it's the poos. Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is pretty good.
It's pretty cool.
For a guy who comes from the country and sings about the country, you have a hell of a view of the city.
I know, it's a bit ironic, really, that I'm sort of standing here looking into Brisbane City and going, oh, I love this view.
Your career began when you were busking year after year in Tamworth. You were just a teenager when you started.
Yeah, look, the teenage thing, wherever there was a PowerPoint in Tamworth, we would busk, you know. We'd have a little amplifier and a little microphone. Every year you'd see people who were much better at doing what they did than you, and you just have to work that little bit harder, and I think it's been like that for many, many years at Tamworth, and I learned so much out there. I'm still learning, and I think that if you're still learning, you're living pretty good, I reckon.
Down here?
Yes.
This better be worth it,
This is my bit of bush in the city.
The man cave.
The man cave.
How many guitars do you have?
Look, from last count, I don't really let Laurel know exactly how many I do have, but I think it's about 20 that I've got.
The Queensland floods, I know that your farm was affected as well, but that whole experience has been the inspiration for your latest album.
I realised when we were cleaning up the importance of home. It's a real testament to the way people pull together in these sort of times, because we had people walking down our driveway we didn't know, and we really appreciated it. It was just an amazing thing to watch.
What is this?
I think you should play this. It's a stomp box, and you've just got to play it in time. So if I set up a little rhythm like... Double it now. You're the first girl in the man cave, you know.
I'm very proud.
I hope you don't plan to go anywhere tonight.
I'm doing all the work. I don't know what you're doing.
Well, I'm just accompanying your foot. Here's the big ending. Ready?
Oh, I've worked up a sweat. I was exhausted. That's more exercise than I've had in some time. Isn't that sad?
I could tell.
Yeah. Well, I did work up a sweat. How sad's that?
Bit of air guitar.
But what a fabulous couple they are. I love them. I will visit the home of another well-known Australian next week, and Hugh Jackman. I'm losing my patience. I'm only going to ask another 200 or 300 times. Okay. All right, well, still to come, watch this space become a whole lot more space thanks to Barry's renovation sleight of hand.
Oh, wow.
But right after the break, what Chris Brown looks like first thing in the morning.
I'm in a cave, but now I need a hot breakfast.
Hello, this is the living room and it's great to have you with us. Now, Chris, this time round you've given the tourist hotels a miss. You're doing something far more down-home and earthy.
Basic, I think is the word. Just how basic this place is. It's given away in the name. This accommodation is called Rent a Cave.
Sounds so chic.
I know, all the facilities. It's got an open fire.
Bats.
It's got open plan living. It's got open everything. It may just be the best and potentially the maddest camping spot in Australia, but it is super close to Sydney. You know, in the olden days, the Blue Mountains were considered a bit of an impassable barrier to anyone ever hoping to head west. Today, a lot of people see them as being a barrier to crazy times. It's where you go for a romantic getaway or for a nice Devonshire tea. But I'm told there's a wild side to this place, and it's that wild side I'm keen to explore.
The Blue Mountains are west of Sydney, about an hour's leisurely drive. Admittedly, not very wild. The Blue Mountains Botanic Gardens are a bit wilder. But wildest of all is this bloke, Mark the Hatter O'Carrigan.
You reckon there is a wild side to this place?
Mate, there's a lot more than just the cafes up here. Like, the wild side is actually getting out into the bush itself. After 30 years living up here, I am still not blasé about the scenery. I'm still in awe.
That passion is one of the reasons I've hooked up with Mark. The other is a controversial legend. Yes, like a lot of cities, Sydney has its own big cat myth.
Lisco Panther?
Yeah.
I believe in that. Be careful where you're treading.
Some people, Mark included, believe these mountains are home to a giant panther-like creature only seen by very few.
I want to believe. I'm a vet. I love animals. I want to believe.
And I want you to show me why I should believe.
I can't take you out there and just show you a Lithgow panther. Well, I could make one up, but a real one.
Just let me inside the Lithgow panther world. Let me believe.
All right.
So, Mark's taking me to what he claims is Australia's best camping spot. After a short drive, we don the backpacks and go bush. Quite literally, in Mark's backyard.
Are we nearly there?
We're getting there. What are you going to say? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Jeez. And this is all yours here?
A little strip of it is, yeah.
It's spectacular, isn't it? Everywhere you look, there's a view, and there's scenery in these rocky escarpments just towering over you.
We're heading for what Mark calls Hatter's Hideout.
This is amazing. So you found this place?
Yeah, I was chasing wild goats.
Yeah.
I was literally chasing wild goats. That's how I found it.
It's just this natural dome, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you travel to Europe to see something as breathtaking as that, and it's natural and it's here.
Welcome to the place, and I hope you have a really good evening.
Mark offers more conventional accommodation for 8 up the hill, but I wanted wild, so I'm sticking with the cave. Fortunately, I won't be alone.
So you guys in the cave as well?
Yeah.
It's not too crowded.
Oh, no, there's plenty of
there's
floor
room.
space.
Somehow. So there's a real cave subculture, is there?
Yeah. Yeah. We have progressed far enough to build houses, but the caveman is still in us all.
Oh, wow.
And what a cave. Big enough to swing swing. And small enough for an intimate performance of primitive music. The so-called emu base is Mark's own invention. Why am I not surprised?
Now, mate, does that qualify for hot or not?
I think it does. I'm going to give it a hot. I don't care what you say, Miguel. I don't care what you say, Barry or Amanda. Hot.
I'll get it hotter.
Thanks to another great invention, fire, we can stay warm, see what we're doing, and more importantly, what Mark's cooking.
Yeah, exactly. Is this Blue Mountains pheasant?
Yes, genuine Blue Mountains pheasant. Chased down the ridges at early sunrise this morning.
Actually, it's chicken, but as we tuck into a hearty cave-cooked dinner, I can't help thinking about that oversized kitty out there, which might also be thinking about eating something. Quite possibly me.
I want to know if the panther's out there before I go and sleep in here.
If he's out there and you're sleeping in here, what's the problem?
Well, no. If he's out there, I'm in here.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Well, he's going to come in here, isn't he?
Well, you go out there.
What?
That's logic.
That's logic? When you see what I'm actually wearing to bed as my sleeping bag, I'm pretty sure he won't touch me. He won't want to go near me.
So what is it that will keep me warm, dry, and panther safe? This.
Can you guys just keep it down? I'm going to sleep.
It's the Lazy Patch suit from a recent Hot or Not segment.
No rush, but getting some sleep.
We're out here.
We're out here.
Apparently, it's still a knot.
Where are you guys going?
Hi, Chris. Out of the panther. Good luck.
Is it the suit?
Yeah.
What, aren't you all staying here?
No.
Mark?
Oh, no. Good night, Chris. Sleep tight. Don't let the panther bite. You're on your own, mate.
What? Mark? Guys?
Okay, this really is wild. Anyway, 8 hours, a few degrees, and lots of Zeds later.
I think it's only in the cold light of day I realise how ridiculous I look. I actually slept all right. It was cold, but at the same time, it was just such a unique experience to wake up during the night and try to work out where I am and then realise I'm in a cave. But so quiet, so peaceful, and then you hear the birds coming out. A really, really unique experience. But now, I need a hot breakfast.
Fortunately, Mark's taken care of that with a very modern cafe on site.
This is a very sedate, calm finish, but it's been an experience.
Good. As long as it's been an interesting
good
journey.
one. I don't think you could have just a boring journey with you, somehow.
No, that's what my mother used to say.
Yeah. I thought the kiss when I went to bed last night was a bit over the top, but I'm willing to look past that.
My daughter's jealous.
You are rocking that pillow here, Chris.
I know.
And Mark's quite the character.
and quite the kisser too. I think I've still got a rash from that.
You're going to have to let him go, Chris.
Still to come on The Living Room. Alice's MasterChef dream is over, but what does the future hold? Alice's restaurant, perhaps? And Barry's secret tips for turning a little kitchen into a bigger kitchen.
You can just slide that out just to stand up on.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You're watching The Living Room, and one of the perks of this show is having a good old chat every week with the latest contestant eliminated from MasterChef. Well, the finishing line is so close, and a real favourite just said goodbye to her MasterChef dream and to all of us. But welcome to The Living Room. Hello, Alice.
Thank you very much. Hello, Amanda. Hi, everyone.
How are you feeling, you little thing?
I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling really happy to have come this far, and I'm actually quite relieved as well, because if I'd stayed and for Julia to have gone in my place, I probably would have been really upset about that. I think it got to that point where it just wasn't a competition for us.
Has it been tough? Your boyfriend set the challenge, the lamb challenge, the one that had you walk out the door. Do you wish he'd just said, why don't you just open a packet of chips, something very simple?
It's so funny because as we were leaving, he said, you know, the first suggestion I made was herring and potatoes.
Would you have preferred that?
Definitely.
Really?
Definitely, yeah, because the thing about my cooking is that it is a bit random. That I make different things all the time, but one of the things that I'll always come back to on a Sunday morning, you know, being the good Eastern European that I am, is pickled herrings and potatoes. So I could have done something with that, but...
Open a restaurant, the herring and potato restaurant?
The herring and, you know, vodka borscht and tears, we've already got that. So.
Is it fair to say that your food, in a way, mimics your fashion? Because you're renowned for the 3 Fs, is that right? The food, fashion and the fitness.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, your fashion, let's be honest, it's not subtle. It's out there.
It's fabulous, though. It is fabulous.
That's another good F. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I think probably everything that I do, I guess, is an expression of me, and the food is an expression of me. The way I dress is me. What I say is me. So yeah, I suppose that, yeah.
Now, there has been a little controversy circulating around about the trademark, the Alice trademark, the glasses. I want to ask the big question.
My God.
Are they real or are they flasses? Are they fake glasses?
Glasses!
Glasses.
Are they glasses?
People think they
I will not
are.
accept that F. That F I will not accept. That is a false thing. These are
Can we check?
real. Check.
They're real.
They're really
they're
strong
real.
too. Yeah, I'm really blind.
We should give them back.
Yeah, I'm sort of just squinting at you right now.
One of the other Fs was fitness.
Yes.
Now, I'd imagine in a house full of food, full of chefs, it must be incredibly hard to actually keep fit.
It was quite difficult. I think finding the motivation, kind of taking the step up to the top level, going to the garage. But we had a gym there, and Nick actually sent me a lovely Valentine's Day gift.
Nick's your boyfriend.
Nick's my boyfriend, and he sent me a kettlebell and a medicine ball.
Every girl thinks that that's a good gift to get. What are you saying?
And when I went home, actually, the medicine ball, 7 kilos, was my carry-on. That was it. I just had that. So.
Clearly made some great relationships. Julia was one of your favourites. I know. Who do you think's going to take this out?
I've always said that if it's not going to be me, I really hope that it is Julia. So I think that she's got the chutzpah to go all the way. She's given it to the judges the whole way through, and she loves her food so much, and we've talked so much about kind of the science behind food, and I think she really gets it. So I hope that she makes it all the way.
Well, Alice, you've been a wonderfully colourful addition to the MasterChef kitchen. You'll be terribly missed, but thank you for joining us in The Living Room.
Thank you for having me.
And good luck. All right, now, Barry Dubois, you're doing my favourite kind of renovation, a kitchen renovation. We're up to my favourite part of the renovation where we have the big reveal. I'm very excited.
You're going to enjoy it. I know I enjoyed it. Let's hope Jodie enjoys it. When we started out, Jodie's pokey kitchen was a crowded and dysfunctional space. But this pint-sized cook needed big things from her small space. Her 10 grand budget was enough to make a huge impact. Opening up the space was the easy part, but getting Jodie to sign off on some of my ideas was a challenge.
Okay, can't quite visualise that.
The wraparound table was a stretch, and my tiles were a sticking point.
Well, maybe they'll grow on me.
Time to see if Jodie's happy with the end result.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, wow. Oh, God, that's beautiful. Oh, my God, that looks fantastic. It's just totally opened it up.
I think the lounge room even feels bigger. The kitchen definitely does.
Yeah.
The lounge room feels
Yeah, it's totally opened it up. I couldn't believe how spacious it was. The wall being taken out's made such a difference.
Are you happy with this as a dining setting?
Absolutely. It's much more beautiful than I actually thought it would look. It's excellent. The storage looks phenomenal, and I love the contrast with the modern and the earthiness. Now that I've seen the tiles up on the wall, I can see how beautifully they work with the reclaimed wood, and it just looks wonderful. Oh, the tiles, they look great there.
Do they?
Yeah, they look really great.
I saw that as a little utility space
Yeah.
for your kettle.
Oh, great. So this is... Oh,
A
that's
bit
a
of
good
funky
idea.
storage, maybe. I mean, you choose what you want to put in there. And then if you want to, you can just slide that out just to stand up on.
Oh, that's
Doesn't it?
fantastic. Wow.
You were desperate to keep your washing machine
Yeah,
in. I was
yeah.
against it, but it's
Yeah.
worked out. So I've got
Yeah.
you a washing machine, an oven, a dishwasher.
Wow.
Slide out.
Oh, that looks great.
4-burner cooker. I've still got a fridge in here.
Oh, gorgeous. What I love most about the kitchen is the space itself. Wow. That's fantastic. And the colours and the feel of the place. There's so much more storage. Oh, wow. That's great. I think the space will change my lifestyle because I'll finally be able to just be comfortable in my home and in my surroundings. Hi, how are you?
There you go.
Hi, good to see you. Come in.
Oh my goodness.
Fantastic. I would absolutely tackle another renovation. I'd love to get my bathroom done. It'd be fun. I wonder if Baz would be able to do it.
They used to be so tiny.
We've got the washing machine.
So much better.
Yeah, I know. So much more room.
Thanks,
And look
Steve.
behind you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Barry, that's amazing. I bet that's the first time ever she had 4 people standing in that kitchen.
Oh, my word. I mean, it was tiny and she had a huge brief. And I was really excited. We picked up that table that wrapped around the corner and I worked that in to bring the living room around into the kitchen, and that allowed me to bring the kitchen out into the living room. Balanced up really well.
It was absolutely extraordinary. Well done.
Thank you.
And look, stop the press. Barry Dubois is looking for more renovation projects to do for the living room. So if you'd like TV's most incredibly handsome and talented renovator to work on your project, go to our website and tell us what you had in mind. You can also find out more information on all of tonight's stories, and if you want to get even more of the living room into your life, and why wouldn't you, please join our Facebook page. Now, here's the big news for next week. The MasterChef winner will be with us talking about living the dream. You don't want to miss that. Of course, we'll have our usual lineup of lifestyle-y stuff that you don't want to miss either.
Our Renovation for Profit team has just 8 days to save a family from financial ruin.
You walk straight in your front door and you see your ugly bathroom. So we're going to eradicate that problem.
It's a Spain versus Chile grudge match, where Miguel takes on 4 generations of empanada know-how.
I don't think you could learn this anywhere in any cooking school around the world.
A day in the life of our own Chris Brown. Is this just another excuse for him to take his shirt off? And Ranger Stacey reveals the one critter she's not totally wild about.
So every time now I see one in the garden, I give a big wide berth.
So that's it for the living room. We can't wait to see you again next week. Bye for now.